kind of like in a way I felt very discouraged that like I might not able to finish my portfolio in time, and even if I finish my portfolio, I might not able to make my presentation because I have problems speaking in front of the classroom and things like that. And this is the panelist for graduation, and it's even tougher and things like that. So it's like all this discouragement, and it's like so like I remember just like just like what matter is I finish my portfolio, I make my presentation, and I graduate. That's what counts. That's what matters. Like, so pretty much how a novelist occupation begins because I wrote it in my portfolio. It's like God, so much. I wanted to shift the blame that because of my English teachers, they gave me all those encouragements and inspirations. Those 9 to 12th grade English teachers been giving me all these encouragement and inspirations about following my goals to become a novelist, and it's been giving me so much of that, and that's why I wrote that in my portfolio. It's like even Mr. Baum, Mr. Baum is my drama teacher, like 10, 10 and 11, 10 and 11th grade drama teacher. So Mr. Baum also encouraged me and give me inspiration to follow my goal to become a novelist. So even Mr. Baum too, like my drama teacher, like I it's like it's been saying, like I was saying earlier, that I really felt discouraged about able to finish my portfolio, able to make my presentation in front of the panelists, and so well, that's why felt this. That's why there's all these turmoils going on and things like that because of those discouragement. Anyway, so pretty much that's what I want to point out. That's where the novelist occupation began, and a lot had to do with my 9th through 12th grade English teachers and my drama teachers, but I felt maybe the very essential is November 2001, when the advisor of the Beachcomber, the Beachcomber is MBHS newspaper and comma journalism. So the advisor of the Beachcomber, advisor Brian Kerr, and the chief of the Beachcomber, Chief Julia, they gave me a journalism tryout on November 2001. I think that's what really, I don't know, like I felt, I like it's, I'm just think about it. What I've been saying, I have problem speaking in the classroom. A journalism tryout, it's just a really, it's really, it's, it's just like, how am I going to do that? Like, sort of like in a way, there's that question, if I can't even speak in front of the classroom, how am I going to carry out the journalism tryout? Pretty much, I felt, but it was that journalism tryout, that pretty much I felt that was the crucial point, but at the same time, like I was saying earlier, starting on January 1999, I've been just really pushing myself on improving my communication skill and just work on my journal keeping as much as I can. Remember, it was just, God, it's like, I think that's what really gave me, it's that I have put so much into improving my communication skill and working on my journal keeping. I think that's what gave me that sort of like, I could do it. I could do this journalism tryout. I think because of my hard work is what gave me that sort of like, I felt that I could do this journalism tryout because of my hard work. I feel uh, again, that's all also I point that out to advisor Brian Kerr and Chief Julia. That's all I ever wanted is just that one chance on the journalism tryout, because I worked so hard on improving my communication skill and journal keeping. It's just, but like I was saying, that's what I pointed out to advisor Brian Kerr and Chief Julia. Just want that one chance on the journalism tryout. Just give me that one chance, and even if I pass that journalism tryout and you decide to kick me out for any reason, you could do that later on. It's like, just give me that one chance. I remember. I think it's just like, maybe in if I didn't have so much like, can't hold it in anymore. I don't know if I could even say that in front of advisor Brian Kerr and Chief Jude. I think because I've been holding in for so long and so much, that's how I was able to say it to them in front of them and right when I meet them. So like, just give me that one chance on the journalism tryout. I don't know. I think it's just all the combination of things. Maybe I felt maybe yeah, like from what my family and Steve's been making fun of me. Couldn't speak in front of the classroom and all of that. Felt like how would I even speak in front of like the advisor Brian Kurt and Chief Julia. I can't even speak in front of the classroom and things like that. So it's just so this combination thing. I think maybe that day because I've been holding in that for so long. It's just like I just want that one chance at the journalism tryout. It's like I think it's just that, and they could see it too, like like that determination that I just wanted that one chance, and it's like telling them, even if I passed the journalism tryout, and for any reason you felt you want to kick me out of the journalism, you could do that. It's just I just want that one chance at the journalism tryout. I think maybe because of that, it's so much. Oh, it's like so much like I can't hold it in anymore. I think that's really also that reason I was able to, like wrote that down on my portfolio that I would, setting goal to be a novelist, in the future. I think because of that tryout and all. Again, and at the same time, there's also a lot of encouragement and inspiration from my 9 to 12th grade English teachers and drama teachers. So pretty much like it's like but it's just thinking about it, it's like pretty much I think it's like a massacre, it's like sort of like I just totally massacre my whole tribe, saying that in front of advisor Brian Kurt and Chief Julia. It's like I massacre my whole tribe, it's like just think about it. Would I really have that kind of chance? When you think about it, it's like I'm massacring my whole tribe, it's like in other words, because God, they're gonna be. What if someone asked them, why did they give me a chance? So like I'm just saying in this scenario, like I'm not saying. God. In other words, what I want to say is, I really want to point out my family back, me and my family background, my family is victim of the 1975 to 1978 war. I was born in a poor feudal countryside. I have inferior background, refugee status, immigrant status, low income family status, and English as second language status. So, it sort of like in a way, you know, having that status, victim of war and inferior background, technically I shouldn't be anywhere near getting that chance. So sort of like again, that's why I say like, I'm masking my whole tribe, Now how would my tribes gonna get any recognition of being victim of war and inferior background and all of that, it's like. So it's just like I'm masking my whole tribe, even though it felt like it took so much out of me to able to say that in front of Advisor Brian Kurt and Chief Julia, but I felt at the same time could argue as I'm masking my whole tribe, it's like. And what if that question really did brought up to Advisor Brian Kurt and Chief Julia? Why did they give me a chance? Like I'm saying, even though the journalism department and things like that, but I felt like, it's like. Give me a chance on the journalism tryout. But like I'm saying, could argue as I masked my whole tribe. Yes, I really want to build awareness about my family is victim of the 1975 to 1978 war. I was born in a poor countryside. I have inferior background. I really wanted to make, to campaign to build awareness of that. I really wanted to do that. It's like. That is one, that's a goal I want to set, and I wanted to do that, it's like. So that's why it's argue as I mask my whole tribe, because I do really wanted to do that, it's like. I think because of. I think because I was having under a lot of pressures, and I have under a lot of pressure, and also I was. Just thinking as long as I give it everything, just try very hard, just like. So I think that's why I thought maybe, looking back, that's could argue. That's all I wanted, is that chance at the journalism tryout. I mean, I just didn't really, at that point, didn't see that would argue as I masking my whole tribe, and it's like, thought if I look, I really thought I really, like, it's just really hard to do, to get through that journalism tryout. I could just having so much problem just speaking in front of the classroom. How am I even gonna pull through with the journalism tryout? So, like I'm saying, it's really like, just want to look back and say that I did have a chance at the journalism tryout, and it's like, yeah, I think pretty much the journalism tryout and my portfolio, I wrote that I set goal to become a novelist. I think those two things would argue as I massacre my whole tribe. It's like, but again, you just have to look at everything also, there's so much encouragement and inspiration from my 9th to 12th grade English teachers and my drama teachers, and I have put so much hard work to improve my communication skill and journal keeping as much as I can, and I think maybe that's where things just out of focus and everything, it's like, what do we, sort of like, in a way, how are people gonna take me? Like, I think maybe that's where the argument started, how could people take me seriously, would they think I'm really gonna massacre my whole tribe, it's like, but yeah, God, like it's saying, I think there's just a lot of pressure at the time, so much pressure, and just gotta graduate, and it's just so much pressure, and it, I mean, I did put the word in, it's a really hard goal to achieve. I really wrote that. I mean, to be in more exact word, it's a unreachable goal. It's like, anyway, like I'm saying, but it's just, why would I say unreachable goal when I'm setting goal to reach it and things like that? It's like, so pretty much, so that's where all the turmoil, that's where it all happening at the time. I think, oh God, it's like, I am putting myself to speak in front of the classroom, and I'm having problem speaking in front of the classroom. It's like going back again, that, like I was saying, mastering my whole clan. Okay, it's almost out of storage space. Okay, I have to wrap this video, and I will continue on another day. So I'm just gonna try to upload what I have, and then like I was saying, it's gonna be very long. First I have to read the almost 100 page of controversy on writing Arowra out loud. Then after I'm done with that, then I start reading out loud the Arowra novels. Is pretty much you reading through that controversy and writing Arowra will focus on my novelist occupation. So that's a lot of the arguments on why I make, sort of why I have that novelist occupation. So pretty much that's where a lot of the arguments are at, controversy and writing Adora. Okay, so if I have, so pretty much it, I will continue on with this today PTTS sessions video on another